Tell you what, we're going to jump to your intro. Because it's about to start.
Okay.
Are we streaming?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when you're ready, go.
Good evening and welcome to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Lady Lopes softball. Brought to you by the Judge Lee and Marsh Norman pregame shows, what you're listening to. The stream is brought to you by the Post Dispatch. Video of tonight's game is live and free on YouTube, and we're coming to you from the friendly confines of David Nichols Park, as your Lady Lopes are getting set to take on the gals from Gale, the Borden County Coyotes, who are on a little bit of a short rest after their deep run in the basketball playoffs. It is Thursday, March 6th, game 15 of the season for Post. The Lady Lopes are coming off of a strong showing at the Florida tournament last weekend. They began their week last week with a major upset victory against Hermely, and they ended with a 9-4 victory over Paladuro. The Lady Lopes enter tonight's game with an overall record of 6-8. And they're led by head coach Levi Groomer, who's in his second year here at Post High School, and he is assisted by Stevie Matus. Now, Borden County comes into this game following a loss to the New Home Lady Leopards. The Coyotes have an overall record of 1-4, and the gals from Gale are led by head coach Bubba Edwards and assisted by Trey Ritchie.
All right, Russ, we're about ready for the first pitch. Obviously running a little bit late. Jim Plummer here with Russ. And it's going to be the Borden County Lady Coyotes on the first pitch, a swing and a foul tip. Russ, you got it from here. And this is Tatum White, by the way.
The ball was just caught the inner edge of the strike zone for strike number one. This is Hannah Abraham in the circle for the Lady Lopes. As White gets hit in the thigh by the pitch, and she'll take her base. Up next, it's going to be number 21 for the Lady Coyotes. It's going to be Harbor Hill. She shows bunt. Thinks better of it. White steals, and she's in there safely at second base. Is the throw from Sanaya Sanchez behind the plate to Zaylee Perez was just a little bit high. Ball one. Counts 1-0. Swing, ground ball back to Abraham. Abraham throws to first. Runner is out at first, but the runner on second advances to third.
Nice backhand grab by Hannah to get that out.
This is going to be Ansley Buchanan in the box for the Lady Coyotes. Again, top of the first, one out. Swing and a miss, strike number one. Buchanan steps back in. Abraham gets ready. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike number two. Again here, top of the first. Here at David Nichols Park, count is 0-2, one away. Here comes the pitch. Foul ball back to the catcher's net. Runner does not steal on third. That is Tatum White.
And Tatum White's on third, and Ansley Buchanan, who's the coach's daughter, at the plate.
Here comes the pitch from Abraham. Just a bit inside. White stays at third. Count is now 1-2.
Even though it's windy today, Russ, it's a lot better than it was on Tuesday.
Yeah, this is just a typical day for West Texas. Here comes the pitch from Abraham. Popped up. Back to the catcher's net, foul ball. Count remains at 1-2. Again, this is my first time calling softball from the last few times here. Looks like they moved the fence in 15 feet from 220 to 205 feet.
They did, but they raised the fence as well.
And just a bit outside is the pitch from Abraham. Count is now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out though. Here comes the pitch. Popped up. Out into right field. White does not tag. Now she does. Run comes in. Throw is late. Run scores for Borden County.
So it's a nice pop fly to right field. Catching it out there for the Lady Lopes is.
Catching out there is Elizabeth Acosta.
Especially in this wind.
Now this is Abigail Sosa stepping into the batter's box. Here comes the pitch. It's just a bit high. It's ball number 1. Again, the way the wind is blowing, that ball was popped up. Normally over here that ball would have carried, but we'll see how it plays out. The pitch is just a bit outside for ball number 2. Count is now 2-0 with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. He's in there, strike 1. Now Abraham steps back into the circle, goes through a routine. Here comes the pitch. Just catches the inner part of the zone for strike 2. Counts now back even at 2-2. Here comes. Popped up out into the gap between left field and center field. Hannah Krauser is able to get a glove on it. Runner stays at first base. As now this brings up number 1, Tatum Runge.
First base hit of the game.
Yes, and that was a good job by Hannah Krauser to get a glove on it and prevent it from rolling further back to the fence. Swing is in there, swing and a miss. Runner goes, go to second. Glove is down, and she's out at second base. Side is retired. Lady Lopes hold the Coyotes to 1 run as we head to the bottom of the first, with the Gals from Gale leading 1-0. We'll be right back with the bottom of the first here on Post Sports Radio.
Post Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all the weekly scores and highlights of your favorite teams, as well as keeping you informed about everything going on in the community. Subscribe today. You can choose to have your newspaper mailed to your home or business, or subscribe online and get the news when it's convenient for you. They're proud to serve the community and proud to serve Garza County. The Post Dispatch, community news at the finest.
Yeah, the Post Dispatch is our corporate sponsor for softball. Post Lady Lopes softball also powered by Family Cleaners, your hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main and Post. The Post Area Chamber of Commerce serving Post in all of Garza County. You can visit postcitytexas.com. Richie Rich Barbershop, Yo Hablo Espanol, a licensed local barbershop on East Main and Post. You can call for more information or an appointment at 806-706-8413. And sponsored by Post Plumbing, Heating, and Air. One call does it all at 806-577-1300. Post Sports Radio thanks these sponsors for making Bold Gold Softball live and free on Facebook and YouTube most of the time. Today, just YouTube.
Yes, sir. Is now stepping into the pitcher circle for the Gals from Gale. It's going to be number 32, freshman Emery Lindsay. Catching is going to be number 00, Kaylee Cagle for the Coyotes. And going to be batting first for the Lady Lopes is going to be number 4, Haley Parker. Normally wears number 22, but we'll see how it plays out today. This is now Cagle, returns back behind the plate. Parker steps into the batter's box. Lindsay goes through her routine. Here comes the pitch. Popped up out into center field. Over the head of the center fielder, Parker goes to second. Center fielder gets a glove on it. Throw is in. Parker standing up on second.
What a nice shot on the first pitch that Lady Lopes hit.
That's one thing Coach Groomer told me before the season started, for those that have read the Post Dispatch. He wanted to make sure that his girls capitalize on getting balls hit and making sure we tack on doubles.
What's cool is Parker's a freshman.
Comes Amberly Garza, swing and a miss outside. Parker now goes from second to third. She's in there. with a stolen base on a wild pitch.
Technically, it's a wild pitch. She'll advance. I like to point out the girls' uniforms this year. They're more our outfits, uniforms, right?
Yes.
Look more like baseball. It's kind of cool.
Here comes the pitch. Ground out in between the gap. Shortstop. In comes a run for Parker. Garza's now in on second.
Wow.
With a double for her. We're now tied at one apiece. Now here comes the pitcher, Hannah Abraham. Again, pitching is Emery Lindsay, the freshman. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit inside for ball one. Now Abraham steps back in. Here comes the pitch. It catches the outer part of the strike zone for strike one. Again, that's Amberly Garza standing on second. She's in scoring position. A base hit could bring her home. Here comes this pitch. Is just outside for ball number two. Count is 2-1 here at the bottom of the first. No outs. Here comes the pitch. Is popped up on the first base line is foul ball. Count's now even at 2-2.
I don't know if our viewers can see the on the helmets of the Lady Lopes, got a huge P on the front.
Matte black helmets with the gold post P on the front. It looks sharp. Here comes the pitch from Lindsay. Ball is popped up again down the first base line. Is over the fence for a foul ball. Again, count stays at 2-2. Amberly Garza is still standing on second. No outs here in the bottom of the first. Again, we are live here at David Nichols Park. Here comes the pitch from Lindsay. Over the head for ball three. Garza stands on third.
You give the catcher a pass ball, and that touched her glove, went all the way to the backstop.
Yep, caught just enough of her glove to where she could have popped up a little bit more to stop it, but we'll take it as Amberly stands on third. It's a full count now, 3-2. No outs. Here comes the pitch. And ball four, Hannah will take her base. So now runners on the corners at first and third. Now here comes the third baseman, Serenity Sanchez. Lady Lopes looking to take the lead with a base hit here. Here comes the pitch from Lindsay. As Hannah goes, as she stands on second.
There were a stolen base on that one.
Count is now 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Whole bunch of ones out there on the scoreboard. Here comes the pitch from Lindsay. Popped up back to the catcher's net. Foul ball. Once again, the bottom of the first inning, tied at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike. No outs. Now Lindsay gets set. Here goes her routine. Here comes the pitch. That ball is crushed. Is popped up out into center field. Center fielder gets underneath it. She caught it.
Shoestring, 2 tag-ups.
Is now, I guess we had 2 runners tag.
Yes, we did.
She dropped. Okay, so that puts the score now at.
Brought Garza home for the second run.
It's the score now at 2-1. Oh, they said she dropped it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they said she dropped it.
Looked like a catch
So
from
hold
here.
on. They're going to talk about it. We have a disagreement.
You know what she did when she caught it? She did the tuck and roll. So when she came up, she had the ball. I would say she had it. Now, she may have dropped it on the ground while she was rolling, but other than that, it was a good catch.
Yeah, Jim, you've got a better view of center field from where I'm sitting.
Just got a sign. I'm not sure what they said. Oh, yeah. Coach Buchanan's going to challenge it, or just Coach Ritchie?
I believe this is Coach. I believe that's Coach Buchanan. So now he's going to have a conversation with the two officials. The female official that's behind home plate, she gave the signal like somebody was out. And then the official that's out there in the infield, he gave the signal like no, that she kind of dropped it. So if it stands that she dropped it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Go ahead while you have a chance. Change that inning if you have a chance. It's going to be something new for us. We're going to try to keep track of the innings. Right now it says pregame. We're sorry about that. But first game jitters for both of us. Just doing basketball about 6 days ago, so now we're doing softball. We got a double-header baseball game coming up on Monday as New Home comes to Post. So that'll be an interesting game. Those guys are just getting off the basketball court. Yeah, I'd have to agree. The girl in center field who is?
Girl out center field, that's Tatum White.
She made a nice catch out there, diving for it. I guess you wouldn't expect the catch in this kind of weather to be made. And they're saying it was not caught. So nobody tagged up. They just scored after the drop ball. Nonetheless, Post has 2, Borden County 1.
Okay, again, runners on the corners. That is Serenity Sanchez at first, Hannah Abraham at third, and now standing in is Azare Landa, the designated player. Here comes the pitch from Lindsay. It's right down the middle for strike one. Serenity Sanchez is standing on second with a stolen base. 2 runners in scoring position, no outs. Count is 0-1 here in the bottom of the first. Lady Lopes lead 2-1. Here comes the pitch. That ball is crushed out into right field.
Left field.
Left field. It gets away from Schmidt. 1 run scores. 2 runs score.
Yeah, double by Azare Landa on a second pitch. I said it was the second pitch they threw at her. She crushed it into left field.
Now Lady Lopes lead 4-1. Sorry, Jim, got a little excited. I got my directions all mixed up. Here comes the pitch to Zaylee Perez. That ball is crushed to the shortstop. Throw over to first is in time for out number 1. Landa advances to third. So now this brings up Shaylee Pope. According to all the games I followed along on Game Changer, she had a couple of home runs her last time out. Hit one over the left field wall in Floydada. So she has power to her name. Let's see what she does. Here comes the pitch to Shaylee Pope. Is in there for ball 1. Just a little bit too much inside. Again, here in the bottom of the first, score is 4-1 in favor of the Lady Lopes. Count is 1-0 with only 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Here comes the pitch. Down low for ball 2.
Shaylee's batting .429 coming into the game.
Through 14 games, that's pretty good.
Very good. Leading hitter, though, is Abraham with a batting average of .719.
You love to see it. Here comes the pitch. Inside, ball 3.
And I mean, that's Hannah Abraham. There's got another Abraham on the team, of course. That's Amaris Abraham.
Counts 3-0. Here comes the pitch to Pope. Catches just a little bit of the outside corner for strike 1.
For most batters, that would have been high, but Shaylee's the tallest one out there, so they called it a strike.
And she's also got a little bit of length to her arms as well. It's on her playing basketball, so a little bit of her. Everybody's strike zone's different. Here comes the pitch. Down low, ball 4. Shaylee will take her base. Now runners again at the corners. As now this brings up number 3, Elizabeth Acosta, the right fielder.
Who had a nice catch out in right field just moments ago in the wind. Pop fly, hard to handle, but she did handle it.
Lindsay steps back into the circle. Here comes the pitch. Is in there for strike one to Acosta. In the outfield for Borden County, in left field, that's Addie Schmidt, Tatum White in center, and my cousin Kirsten Guthrie out in right field.
Ah, no favoritism out here.
Here comes a pitch. Is down the middle for strike two. Now Lindsay's finding her groove now. Jim, there is no favoritism. I just hope for a good game.
Yeah, and it will be.
Here comes the pitch from Lindsay. Swing and a miss, strike three. Acosta sits down on strikes. Now this brings up the catcher, Sanaya Sanchez.
Got 2 outs.
And that'll put Haley Parker on deck. Bottom of the first. Score is 4-1 in favor of the Lady Lopes. 2 outs. Ball is down the middle and low for ball number 1. As Pope stands up on second base with a stolen base. Runners on second and third in scoring position. Here comes the pitch over the head of Sanchez for ball 2. Standing on third, I believe, is still Azrae Landa. Lindsay goes to her routine. Here comes the pitch. Right down the middle for strike 1. Puts the count now at 2-1. Comes the pitch. Inside and low for ball 3. Puts the count now at 3-1.
2 outs and 2 on.
Still in the bottom of the first. Here comes the pitch. Just high for ball 4. Bases loaded now for number 4, Haley Parker. So now we're going to have a courtesy runner.
Okay.
It's going to be number 5, Zamika Foy is going to come in and run for Sanaya. That's a good call with 2 outs. That'll allow Sanaya to get the catcher's gear on just in case.
Okay. So it'll be, let's see, Parker's second time up this inning. With a smash of a double her first time up. Zamika Foy at first now. She is a senior this year.
Zamika Foy at first, Shaylee Pope out at second, and Azrae Landa standing at third. Here comes a pitch from Lindsay to Parker. A little bit of a check swing, but she went too far around. Tried to pull it back just before she went all the way around. Is in there for strike 1. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. As now here comes Landa in. As the ball goes wide, Landa does score for Post. Now the runner's at second and third.
Yeah, she scores on a pass ball, giving Post now a 5-1 lead.
So count for Haley Parker when she steps back into the batter's box is 1-1 with 2 outs.
Little discussion with the Borden County dugout and the home plate ump. She's showing 0-2.
0-2, okay.
So no balls and 2 strikes.
Okay, count is 0-2. Here comes the pitch. Ball is hit right through the gap between the second baseman. 1 run scores. Here comes Pope, and here comes another run. 2 runs score as Haley Parker stands up on second base.
Second time she's done that in this inning. Can't really call that a double, but we'll give her a single with an advance on the throw from center field.
So now here comes Amberly Garza with shortstop.
All right, help me out here. Who came home? It was Pope?
It was Pope and Garza.
And Garza.
As now we have a timeout taken at the mound by, or sorry, not at the mound, at the circle by Borden County. As that is going to be Coach Edwards comes to have a conversation with Emery Lindsay.
When you say Garza, isn't she up to the plate now? So did Shaylee come across first or second?
Oh, I'm sorry. I think that was, I'm trying to back around.
Is that
No.
Landa?
I think so, yeah. I think it was, I know Azrae Landa scored on the pass ball.
That's right.
Then Shaylee Pope came in. And I think that was either Acosta or Sanaya that stood up. Or no, it was the pinch runner for Sanaya. That's who that was.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, got it.
Little behind the scenes talk here. Little peek behind the action is now this is Amberly Garza standing in the batter's box at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Ball is crushed back to the pitcher. Picked up by the shortstop. Throw is dropped at first base. Brings in a Haley Parker for another run.
Second time Parker scored for the Lady Lopes. Still the first inning.
As Amberly Garza reaches on an error, what would be considered E5, or I believe.
We'll give it on E3.
E3.
Didn't handle the throw. She had a stretch for it, but still she got her glove on it.
Hannah Abraham takes the first pitch for strike one. Again, your score is 8-1 now here still in the bottom of the first. Count is 0-1 with 2 away. Ball is high and outside for ball one.
Anna Abraham batting .719. Almost perfect.
Comes the pitch. Ball is popped back up to the catcher's net for strike two.
Hannah, by the way, a sophomore, I do believe, right?
Yes. Made her varsity debut last season.
Pitched a lot of innings. Coming into this game, she pitched a total of 41. I think that's right. Almost, no, this is her 40th inning.
This pitch is just a bit outside for ball two. Counts now even. Here comes the pitch from Lindsay. Inside, ball three. And Garza stands up on second base with the stolen base. She's in scoring position now, full count with 2 outs. Abraham steps back into the batter's box. Here comes the pitch from Lindsay. Hits Abraham right on the edge of the knee. She takes her base at first. Now this brings up third baseman Serenity Sanchez.
Previously Serenity, let's see. I didn't mark how she got. She got on base and she stole one and ended up scoring as well.
I believe she got on base with, if I remember correctly, a single.
Okay, that's what I'm going with.
Comes the pitch. Just a bit outside for ball one. Comes the pitch from Lindsay. Ball is high and gets away from the catcher. Runners advance their bases to second and third.
And call that a wild pitch.
I want to give a shout out to our varsity Bowl Gold Antelopes. They're playing at Spring Lake Earth today. They lost by 2 runs to the Crest Kangaroos, 9-7, but they're coming back with a vengeance to Spring Lake Earth. They're winning 11-2.
All right, way to go, guys.
Here comes the pitch. That ball is popped up by Serenity. Gets in front of the catcher.
It hits the ground. It's a base
In there
hit.
for a base hit. Just a little bloop. You'll take your bases any way you can. As now here comes Azrae Landa.
That's why when you hit the ball, you run no matter what. Some people would have stood there and watched it hit the ground thinking it was going to go foul.
Here comes Landa. That is just a little bit high for ball one. As that ball from Landa gets back to the shortstop, as it in the second base, not in time.
I think
Now here comes Abraham. Slides in safe at home plate. Two runs.
Hold on.
Well, hold on a second.
The ball hit Abraham as she was running to third.
If the ball hit Abraham, that means she's out, and she is.
That's interference on the runner. So that's going to end the inning.
So one run does come across before, I guess. Well, no, if it hit,
She's out.
yeah, so its score should still be 8-1. Anyway, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back with the top of the second for you right after this.
We play the greatest country music ever recorded. Tune in anytime and anywhere to KSSL 107.3, 94.1, KSSLFM.com, and on our free mobile app. All your favorites are here.
Hi, I'm Alan Jackson.
Hi, this is Mark Chestnut.
Hi, I'm Clint Black.
We've got them all.
Hi, this is Ronnie Millsap.
Hi, this is Patty Loveless.
Hi, everybody, this is Garth Brooks.
Hey, this is George Strait.
I've been listening to this radio station forever.
Proud supporters of high school sports. We are KSSL.
Welcome back, everybody. For the top of the second inning, Borden County is going to be coming up to bat as the score is 8-1 as we head in. So far, pitching-wise, Lindsay has pitched through one inning, gave up 7 hits, 8 runs, all of them earned, walked 3, and struck out 1 batter. Hannah Abraham through one inning, gave up 1 hit, 1 run, only one of the runs of the run was earned, was that one, has yet to walk and strike out a batter. So now, here comes number 1, Tatum Runge. Comes the pitch from Abraham. It's just a bit outside for ball 1. Little score update. The Bowl Gold leads Spring Lake Earth 11-3. That game is in the bottom of the second. Score is now 11-5. Here comes the pitch from Abraham. Is down low for ball 2. So far, Cameron Menchaca is pitching for the Bowl Gold, giving up 6 hits, 6 runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Here comes the pitch from Abraham. Catches the outer part of the strike zone for strike 1. Now here comes the pitch from Abraham. Is down low and inside for ball 3. Count is now at 3-1. Caden Hawkins has had an impressive day for the Bowl Gold. Just looking at his stats, he is in 3 at-bats, 2 for 3, giving up 2 RBIs. Way to go for the senior. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Abraham. Ball is popped back up for a foul ball. Count is now a full count.
On deck for the Lady Coyotes is Kaylee Kale, and then followed by Kirsten Guthrie.
Again, if you're watching us on YouTube, or if you're watching live on Facebook through Roy Perez's Post Baseball Academy Facebook account, pull up YouTube and watch us as well. Here comes the pitch. Just a bit high and outside. Runge takes her base. So now here comes number 00, Kaylee Cagle, stepping into the batter's box. So now Hannah Abraham steps back into the circle. Here comes the pitch. Is outside. Ball 1. Good awareness by Sanaya to stop the ball to stop it immediately and hold the runner at first base. Here comes the pitch. Same location, but ball 2. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Catches just the bottom part of the strike zone for strike one. Once again, count is 2-1. Here comes the pitch. It's popped right back to the catcher's net for strike two. Counts now even at 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Is just a little bit low for ball three. Runs is still on first base for Borden County. Here comes the pitch from Abraham. Catches Cagle looking for strike three.
All right.
Now this brings up sophomore number 11, Kirsten Guthrie. Again, Tatum runs standing on first. Here comes the pitch from Abraham. Kirsten shows bunt, is in there for strike one. Runs, stays at first. Here comes the pitch. Is taken for strike two. Counts now 0-2, one away. Score still 8-1 here in the top of the second. Here comes the pitch. Ball is grounded back to Abraham. Abraham with an underhand throw to Pope is in there for out number two. Runs, advances to second. Now this brings up number 24, Evie Stansel, the junior. Now here comes the pitch from Abraham. Swing and a miss for strike one. Counts now 0-1. Two away. Here comes the pitch. Is down low for ball one.
Nice off-speed pitch. Trying to get this batter off uneven.
Here comes the pitch. Ball is popped up off the edge of the bat. Back to the catcher's net for foul ball. Counts now 1-2. Here comes the pitch.
Ooh.
Oh, that was so close, but it says it's just a little bit inside. Counts now even at 2-2. Here comes the pitch from Abraham. Same location. That was a strike about maybe a batter ago, but counts a full count. Again, runs on second base for the gals from Gale. Ground ball back to Serenity. Throws in time. Oh.
Nope.
She pulled her off the bag with the throw. Runs, advances to third. Stansel stands up on first. As now this brings up Addison Schmidt.
So runners at the corners. I'm giving E3 on that one, Russ. I think Shaley came off the bag a little too early.
Okay, so here's the situation. Runners on the corners. Only two outs, though, here in the top of the second. Comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. As nobody was ready. Sanai was ready to throw out the runner if she had an opportunity to at second base, but miscommunication between second base and shortstop. Though the pitch was in there for strike one. Here's the 0-1. Popped up, out into the outfield. Is going to land in the gap between right field and center. 1 run scores. 2 runs score.
So Runge comes across the plate along with Stansel.
I believe, yes. As now Tatum White is back in the batter's box. Your score is now 8-3 after the 2-run single. Here comes the pitch. Popped up, back straight to center field. Krause is underneath it. Side is retired. As we head into the bottom of the second, your score is 8-3. You're listening to Lady Lopes Softball on Post Sports Radio live on YouTube.
Are you looking to do some work around the house and would like to hire a contractor who does every part of the job? Then give Carson Construction a call at 806-626-3811. Greg Carson and his crew have over 40 years of combined experience and can do new construction, remodeling, and concrete work. Plan now for your spring and summer projects and call the guys who pride themselves on their work. 806-626-3811. Carson Construction, building a lasting relationship with each customer. Call 806-626-3811.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Lady Lope. Almost said basketball.
Well, it's just a week, not even a week later.
That's a force I have it. Anyway, we get set to start the bottom of the second here at David Nichols Park. Your Lady Lopes lead Borden County Lady Coyotes 8-3 after what we thought was going to be a routine half inning. Turned out to be more eventful than what the ladies wanted. But the damage was only limited to 2 runs. Those runs did come with 2 outs, though. Is now standing in the batter's box is number 6, Zaylee Perez. Comes the pitch from Lindsay, who's still in the circle, as Perez is hit by the pitch, and she'll take her base. Now this should bring up Shaylee Pope.
Shaylee, last time up, let's see, she walked and ended up scoring, also recorded a stolen base.
Pope gets set. Here comes the pitch from Lindsay. It's high and outside. Ball 1. Pope gets her the sign from Coach Groomer. Here comes the pitch from Lindsay. That is fouled back to the catcher's net for strike 1. Again, the count is 1-1. Here in the bottom of the second, score is 8-3. Remind everybody that the season has flown by for the Lady Lopes. This is game number 15 of the season. This should be the final pre-district game of the year. As Pope takes the ball inside for strike 2. Shaylee Pope on the day is listed at 0 for 0 in the batter's box. Did take a base with a walk, and she did score a run. Here comes the 1-2. Ball is grounded back to the pitcher. He gets away from the shortstop. Pope stands up on first. As Perez stands up on third. Runners in the corners now, no outs. As now this brings up Sanaya Sanchez.
So Shaylee's been up twice, on base twice, that time a base hit.
So that puts, let's see, this is Sanaya.
It should be Elizabeth Acosta.
No, yeah, sorry, yep, Elizabeth Acosta. Sorry, I was looking ahead.
She struck out her first time up. Went down swinging at that. Acosta comes into this game with a .333 average.
That's still pretty good through 15 games.
No doubt.
Here comes the pitch from Lindsay. A foul tipped back by Acosta. Is in there for strike 1. Lindsay on the day has pitched 50 pitches. After that foul tip, here comes the 0-1. Is popped into the gap between right field and center field. 1 run scores. Acosta goes to second with a stand-up double. As Pope comes in to score, 2 runs score.
It's a nice shot to right center. Did it go to the fence? I didn't catch it.
It did. It rolled all the way back to the fence. Is now,
Sanaya Sanchez should be up.
yes. and
Base on balls, first time up.
She's looking for her first hit. Here comes the pitch. Catches that outside corner of the strike zone. That's been very consistent with the home plate umpire through the first few batters today. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Lindsay. Down low and inside for ball one. Counts now even at 1-1.
Sanaya's batting .270 coming into this game.
Hey, there's a lot of major leaguers that would love to bat .270.
You betcha.
Here comes the 1-1. It's high for ball two. Jim, what's her on-base percentage?
Let's see, Russ, Sanaya, where do we go? I just had her there. On base percentage is .387.
As she pops straight up to first base. It goes behind first base. It stands up for a single. As now the runners are at the corners.
So Costa moves from second to third on that base hit by Sanchez. What are they doing?
Oh, they're calling it a foul ball.
Wasn't foul. No, or is it?
No.
Infield fly? What's going on?
I don't know. It.
No, she's grabbing her bat.
They said it's a foul ball.
It wasn't even close.
Yeah, it was nowhere close to being foul. It went right behind the first baseman.
Goodness, okay.
All right, we play on. Okay.
2-2 the count.
Here comes the pitch. That ball's crushed, no doubt about it. Goes into center field. It goes over the head off the glove. Stands in there. Here comes Acosta. 1 run, scores.
As Acosta makes it in anyway on the next pitch.
Sanaya says, I'll see your foul ball and I'll get a double out of it. Score is 11-3, bottom of the second with no outs.
Even though she's standing on second, we got to give an E to the center fielder. She was under it, should have had it.
As now, in comes Zamika Foy, courtesy runner. As now this brings up
Top of the order.
Haley Parker. Here comes the pitch. Down low and inside. Throw to third is not in time. Foy stands up with a stolen base at third.
All right.
So the pitch to Parker. Count now is 1-0. Here comes the pitch. Parker with the foul tip. No, they said it's a base knock. It was short.
They're going to call it foul?
Now they call it foul.
Yeah, it did cross the line.
Okay.
I wonder on that last that Sanaya hit over the first baseman, it landed in fair, rolled foul. Is that the same thing that just happened?
No, this one it was about like how one of our batters got a first base with a short knock earlier. Anyway, here comes the 1-1 pitch. That ball is crushed out into right field. Off of the hands of the right fielder. Parker stands up at second. Foy comes in to score. Score is 12-3 now.
So Parker is at second on a E9. Zamika Foy comes home, right?
Yes, she scored on the drop. As Coach Edwards is going to take a timeout.
Yeah.
And let's see if it's just to calm Lindsay down or if he does make the pitching change. Anyway, so it's been a solid. It's still the second inning. It's been a solid few at bats for the Lady Lopes. One thing that I remember, I'll repeat this to what Coach Groomer told me in the questions I asked him for the Post Dispatch. He, in one of his goals or expectations that he had for his team on the season, he wanted to have his girls improve on getting on base with doubles and focus in on throws back to second base and wild throws and little things. Well, so far, if you work on the little things, they turn into big things. And now what has happened to Post the last couple of times last year, they're giving everybody else a taste of what they have done to them, attacking the little things, and we love to see it.
Definitely have improved over last year.
So now here comes Amberly Garza. Comes the pitch. Fouled off the edge of her bat. Good catch by Coach Edwards.
Edwards.
That's his. I believe that was his name. Of course, everything I compiled was from Max Preps.
Yeah, it's Buchanan and Richie out
Coach
there.
Buchanan and Richie. Okay.
I think Buchanan's the head coach.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. The count is now 0-2. Parker still standing on second.
No outs.
Here comes the 0-2. High and over the head for ball 1. Counts now 1-2. Once again, we're still in the bottom of the second. Score is 12-3. Here comes the 1-2. Down low, gets past the catcher for ball 2. Parker stands on third. So counts even at 2-2. Runner on third base. No outs.
Good. Parker gets the third on a pass ball by the catcher.
Here comes the 2-2. In there for, no, outside for ball 3. Counts even. Or counts full. Lindsay goes through her routine. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. High for ball 4. Runners now stand on the corners.
All right, coming up next be Hannah Abraham for her third time.
So here comes the pitch from Lindsay to Abraham. It's taken outside for ball 1. Garza stands on second with a stolen base.
Abraham has base on balls and was hit by a pitch, so the leading hitter for the Lady Lopes will soon have a hit here, I'm sure. Maybe this will be it.
She takes ball 2. Reading the stats that the Lady Lope dugout's putting in on Game Changer so far, Haley Parker leads the team with 3 RBIs. She stands on third. Here comes the 2-0. Down low for ball 3. And this is only the 6th game for Borden County. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. That ball is crushed in between the gap between right field and center. It goes short. Abraham goes to second as 2 runs score. 14-3 is your score now with no outs.
So Abraham on a double, clean double to right center. Let's see how many doubles she's had on the season, Russ. Don't have that information right in front of me, but I'm sure, don't look it up. It'll take too long.
Yeah. As now in comes the third baseman, cleanup hitter, Serenity Sanchez. Here comes the 0-0. Down low for ball 1 as Hannah goes back to second base.
Serenity's batting .640 on the year. Not bad, huh?
Oh, that's some video game-esque numbers that you've been reading off so far today. Here comes the 1-0 from Lindsay. Ball is back to shortstop. Throw is not in time. She is safe.
Gets a base hit.
At first, as Abraham advances to third. Now Coach Grimmer calls time. As now Hannah Krauser comes in.
She's going to be hitting for Azare Landa, it looks like.
Okay.
Krauser's a senior this year.
She is the speedster. Yes, she is. Krauser is the speedster. Last year, or the last few games that I've called of her, the last few times out, she loves to get on base with bunts.
Okay, we'll see what happens here. She also's got 3 stolen bases on the year, so once they get her on, we'll see what happens. Right now, the 10-run rule will take effect in the 5th inning, but we're still in the bottom of the 2nd?
Yes, it's 15. Rules are 15 after 3 or 10 after 5.
Okay.
Here comes the pitch to Krauser. Taken for ball 1. Again, Krauser steps in, counts 1-0, scores 14-3, bottom of the 2nd. No outs. Here comes the pitch. Just high. Serenity stands up on second with a stolen base. Counts 2-0. Once again, want to thank everybody for joining in with us here at David Nichols Park for a typical West Texas windy Thursday. Here comes the pitch. Catches the inner part of the corners for strike 1. Counts now 2-1. Here comes the 2-1. Just a bit outside for ball 3. Counts now 3-1. Runners on second and third. Here comes the pitch.
Ooh.
As it grazes
Did it hit her?
Krauser as she takes her base. Bases loaded. Now this brings up Zaylee Perez.
Second time around this inning. This will be Zaylee's 2nd time up. She was hit by pitch earlier in the inning.
Here comes the pitch. Just a bit high for ball 1.
She's 0 for 1 earlier. Her first time up, she grounded out to shortstop.
Here comes the 1-0. Down low for ball 2. Zaylee Perez in 1 at bat. Also managed to score. It also has 1 run. As that ball is hit between the gap between shortstop and third, 1 run, scores. She stays at second. Stays at first.
It's going to be Abraham. Hannah crosses the plate with a 15-3 score now.
Now here comes Shaylee Pope, who has gotten on base with a walk, does have a hit, and she scored 2 runs. Comes the pitch from Pope. That ball is crushed out into center field, lands just short. 1 run scores. That is Serenity that comes in to score. Bases are still loaded. Scores 16-3 now.
Okay. All right, who's up? Shaylee Pope? No, she just got a hit, huh? Is that right?
It's Acosta. It's Elizabeth Acosta now that's up. She takes the first pitch for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. Just inside for ball 1. Here comes the 1-2 from Lindsay. That ball is fouled down the first base line. Counts now 1-2. Once again, remind everybody, we're still in the bottom of the 2nd. No outs. Lady Lopes lead by 13. As we have a timeout as Cagle behind the plate readjusts her catcher's gear. Now we play on. Count is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch to Acosta. Swing and a miss. Acosta's.
It should be
Oh.
3. Yeah, she's out.
Well, yep, and now she's out.
All right, first out of the inning too, Russ, with a 16-3 lead for the Lady Lopes.
I think she was just as confused as I was there. I didn't see the umpire give the strikeout. I thought maybe she tipped it just a little bit. But either way, here comes Sanaya Sanchez now. She takes first pitch for ball 1. Again, the bases are still loaded. I believe that's Krauser on third. Pope on first.
Acosta's on. I'm sorry, it'd be Zaylee Perez on second.
As pitch is taken for ball 2. Lindsay gets set. Now Sanaya gets loaded up. Here comes the 2-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Sanaya laughs at this. She laughs at that one. I think she knew she got fooled on that pitch. 2-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch. That ball is crushed, but it goes foul. Counts now 2-2. 1 out. Bottom of the second. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's taken for ball 3, just a little bit inside. It's a full count now here with 1 out. Tatum White, center fielder, she's scooted back a little bit out there in center field. Here comes the pitch. That ball is hit to shortstop. It gets through her legs. 1 run scores. The bases are still loaded. Scores now 17-3 as Hannah Krauser comes in to score.
Give her a base hit, or is that an E6?
That's a base hit.
All right.
She just put her glove down a little bit too late. Now here comes courtesy runner in is Zamika Foy. Again, once again, there's only 1 out. Is now is a change. This is going to be Riley Schoonover.
Coming to the plate, she's coming in for Haley Parker.
Believe so.
Batting in the number 1 slot. So I guess Zamika Foy at first, right?
Yes.
And Pope at second. Perez at third. Just making sure I got my books right here.
Here comes the 0-0 pitch to Schoonover from Lindsay. Taken for strike 1. Lindsay gets back in the circle, goes to her routine. Here comes the 0-1. Ball is tipped off the bat of Schoonover, goes back to the net. Count is 0-2. Once again, bases are still loaded.
Just 1 out, though.
Once again, we're still in the bottom of the second.
If I got this right, 9 runs scored in this inning so far.
As Riley takes the first ball of the pitching sequences there. Yes, 9 runs have been scored this inning. Here comes the 1-2. Check swing. Oh, they said she went around.
So she strikes out.
This brings up Amberly Garza. Once again, bases loaded, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Ball is outside, but good stop by Cagle to prevent the ball from going any further and preventing any runs for coming in. Counts now 1-0 for Garza. Here comes the 1-0. Just a bit high for ball 2.
Starting to cool down a little bit here at David Nichols Park.
Don't have a flag out there, but the wind has shifted a little bit. Here comes the 2-0. Just a bit high for ball 3. Again, bases loaded, 2 outs. Bottom of the second. Here comes the 3-0. Ball is hit back to the shortstop. Ball is not in time to second. So Amberley reaches first on a fielder's choice. 1 run does come in.
Yeah, advances. Pope's now on third. And we got Costa's out there. No, that's Zamika Foy out there at second.
Now here's Hannah Abraham back into the plate. She takes the first pitch for strike 1. That's the part of the strike zone that the home plate umpire has been very consistent with all evening long. Here comes the 0-1, taken down low for ball 1.
Still just 1 out? Oh, 2 outs, right?
2 outs. Counts 1-1. Here comes the pitch. That ball is hit right back between the gap from the second baseman to second base. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. As Hannah Abraham stands up on second base.
Yeah, both Pope and Sanchez make it home.
Pope and Foy.
Foy, rather. For Sanchez. And that was another base hit. We'll give her a single.
She was a single, and I think she stood up on the throw coming back in.
All right.
Here comes Serenity Sanchez. She takes first pitch for strike 1.
Somebody's car alarm is going off in the back.
As Serenity pops up to shortstop, it goes over.
Something just happened.
No, I think they called that little courtesy out that they always,
Well, I think
that I've seen come in last year.
he pointed at the runner. Maybe she went off the base too early.
Well,
could
that
be.
still, that's something I think we saw last year where the scores would get out of hand and
Okay.
they just do that. All right. We're going to head to the top of the third. Scores 20-3. You're listening to Lady Lopes Softball here on Post Sports Radio, live on YouTube.
My name is Sochi Anderton. I'm a dentist here at Post Family Dentistry. This clinic is a huge example of providing fancy dental care here in Post, Texas, because the residents of Post in these smaller communities, they deserve that same quality of care. We've expanded from 3 chairs now to 6 chairs at this new location. We are very proud here at Post Family Dentistry of our small town values combined with state-of-the-art care.
Welcome back to Post Sports Radio's coverage of Post Lady Lopes Softball here live at David Nichols Park as we get set to start the top of the third inning. Your score is 20-3 in favor of the Lady Lopes. Got some score updates for you. The Post and Bogold Antelopes over at the Land County Tournament in the bottom of the fourth are up on the Spring Lake Earth Eagles 11-6. Now coming up to bat is number 21 for Borden County.
That's Harbor Hill.
She's a sophomore as she takes the first pitch for strike 1.
She grounded out to the pitcher, her first and only time up.
Here comes the 0-1. It grounded to Serenity, gets through her hands. Hill's going to stand up.
You know, she overplayed that. The ball took a spin but to her right, and otherwise she would have had it in the glove and to first base for the out. But no, we'll give it a base hit on that one.
Now this brings up number 34 for
Andley Buchanan.
She swings and misses for strike 1, but the ball gets away from Sanaya as Hill stands up on second. So count is 0-1, no out, score 20-3, top of the third. Here comes the 0-1. That ball is crushed, but it goes foul off the first base foul line.
Abigail Sosa, followed by Tatum Runge for the Lady Coyotes.
Count is 0-2. comes the pitch. It's a foul ball. Count remains at 0-2. Lady Coyotes trying to avoid being run-ruled after 3 innings. Again, count is 0-2. Here comes the pitch from Abraham. It's a foul tip back to the catcher's to the net behind home plate.
Speaking of which, that hole in the net that you're seeing, that's not our fault. I hope the ball doesn't get through there.
I think the wind had a hand on tearing up some stuff
I imagine.
the other day. Here comes the 0-2 from Abraham. Is taken for ball 1. There's a video that the Coach De Leon shared on Sports U. The boys stayed late trying to get the field ready to go. Here comes the 1-2. Popped up into the outfield. Hannah Krauser gets it at the wall as 1 run scores. The throwback to second is not in time. Runge comes in to score for Borden County. The stand-up double for Ansley Buchanan.
I think that was Hill that came in.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Harbor Hill.
Yeah.
So now we have a courtesy runner out there for Hill. That's number 23, Reagan Beaver. Now batting is number 7, Abigail Sosa. So here comes the pitch from Abraham to Sosa. Ball is good, solid contact off of the bat from Sosa, but it goes foul. It's probably a weird experience for a lot of these players growing with Borden County, just a hop, skip, and a jump down the road. A lot of these players grew up playing Little League softball together.
Sure.
Here comes the 0-1. It's taken for strike 2.
Point out Sosa, her first time up in the first inning, had a base hit.
Here comes the 0-2. Foul ball. Count remains at 0-2. Beaver remains at second. Game just went final. Your Bowl Gold are 1-1 at the Lamb County tournament. They beat Spring Lake Earth. Pitch from Abraham is taken for ball 1. Final from Spring Lake Earth is 11-6. Bowl Gold win.
Congratulations, guys. One more game?
They play Saturday at Olton against Olton.
Okay, good luck.
Comes the pitch. Ball is crushed into the outfield, but it's popped up. Hannah Krauser runs underneath. Makes the catch. Throw is back into second.
Yes.
That Beaver remains at second.
Nice catch by the center fielder, Krauser.
I thought there was going to be a collision out there from the way they were the gloves collided just as they were catching the ball, but awesome job by the center fielder. Here comes the pitch. Ball is popped right back up. Catch is made by Zaylee Perez at second base.
It's only 2 outs? I got 3.
That's 2 outs now.
Okay, you're right.
I believe that was number 1 Runge that came in to bat.
Yes, that was Runge. Now we're up to Kaylee Kale.
And she swings at a slow floater from Hannah Abraham. I believe that's a high changeup. Catches Cagle with an eagerness to swing. Oh, counts now 0-1. Here comes the pitch. Taken on just the inner part of the strike zone for strike 2.
Nice pitch by Abraham.
She's been really good at locating her pitches so far tonight. Here comes the 0-2. Grounded right back to Zaylee Perez. Throw to first base is in time. Side is retired. Score is 20-3 as we get set to start the bottom of the third. You're listening to Post Lady Lope Baseball here on Post Sports Radio, live on YouTube.
This message is sponsored by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman.
Texas 4-H is a club for kids and teenagers ages 5 to 18, and it's big. It's the largest youth development program in Texas. 4-H is for kids with animals and so much more, like shooting sports, food science, healthy living, fashion, and photography. Contact the Garza County Extension Office to sign up by calling 806-495-4400 or visit 4honline.com.
This is brought to you by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, supporting what's good for Post and Garza County.
Post-Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all the weekly scores and highlights of your favorite teams, as well as keeping you informed about everything going on in the community. Subscribe today. You can choose to have your newspaper mailed to your home or business, or subscribe online and get the news when it's convenient for you. They're proud to serve the community and proud to serve Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, community news at the finest. It's springtime, and that means fleas and ticks are starting to target our little furry pals. Garza County Animal Hospital reminds you that although fleas and ticks are a threat to pets year-round here in West Texas, they become the most active during the warmer months. Get a jump start on your fleas and tick protection and keep your pet healthy and happy from a monthly application to a single pill taken every 3 months. Give us a call today to schedule your appointment. Garza County Animal Hospital, 495-3726.
This message is sponsored by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman.
Texas 4-H is a club for kids and teenagers ages 5 to 18, and it's big. It's the largest youth development program in Texas. 4-H is for kids with animals and so much more, like shooting sports, food science, healthy living, fashion, and photography. Contact the Garza County Extension Office to sign up by calling 806-495-4400 or visit 4honline.com.
This is brought to you by Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, supporting what's good for Post and Garza County.
Hey, welcome back to Post Lady Lopes Softball, a Post Sports Radio presentation, live and free on Facebook tonight. On YouTube, and usually on Facebook and YouTube. Presentation is live and free, once I just said, on tonight on YouTube. Broadcast is made possible tonight by Garza County Animal Hospital, a family atmosphere for family pets. KSSL Radio, playing the greatest country music ever recorded. The Will and Crystal Osborne family, proud supporters of the Bold Gold Nation. The Post Independent School District, we are the Bold Gold. Carson Construction, Post-owned and operated. You can call 806-626-3811 for more details. Judge Lee and Marcia Norman, supporting what's good for Post and Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, the newspaper of record for Garza County since 1926. The Dispatch is the corporate sponsor of Post Sports Radio. Post Family Dentistry, small town values, state-of-the-art care. And now here's the Bold Gold wrap-up show on postsportsradio.com.
Thanks, Jim. As now we take a look at the scores by innings. I'll give the scores for the Lady Lopes by the innings. They scored 8 runs in the first and 2 in the second. If you want to look over.
12.
12 in the second. Is Jim.
Total of 20. Now for the, let's see, the Borden County Lady Coyotes, of course, just 2-inning game tonight. 1 run in the first and 2 in the second. They did get to the third inning. They scored 1 there. That's where they got their 4 runs.
Now we take a look at the final stats for Post. Haley Parker went 3 for 4, 3 hits and 4 at-bats, earned 3 runs, and had 3 RBIs. Amberly Garza also she had 3 hits and 3 at-bats, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Hannah Abraham, 2 for 2, 2 runs, 3 RBIs. Serenity Sanchez would go 3 for 3, scoring 2 runs, and also had an RBI. Azrae Landa goes 1 for 2, 1 hit and 2 at-bats, 2 RBIs, 2 runs. Almost everybody that started in the game for the Lady Lopes mustered a hit. Zaylee Perez, 1 hit, 2 at-bats, 2 runs, and an RBI. Shaylee Pope, 2 hits and 2 at-bats, 3 runs, and an RBI. Elizabeth Acosta, 1 hit and 3 at-bats, 2 RBIs. And Sanaya Sanchez, 2 hits, 2 at-bats, 3 runs, 2 RBIs. Haley Parker had 3, was on base, went to second base 3 times. Hannah Abraham twice. Azrae Landa, Amberly Garza, Elizabeth Costa, and Sanchez went to second base as well one time. Hannah Abraham through three innings pitched, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, 4 of them earned, walked 1 batter, struck out 2. All of that in 56 pitches, and she mustered 39 strikes. Now, as we look at Emery Lindsay, through 2 innings, she would pitch 100 pitches, give up 18 hits, 20 runs, struck out 3 batters, and walked 5. And as we look, number 2, Tatum White, she would go 1 for 1 with 2 runs. Harbor Hill would go 1 for 2. Ansley Buchanan, it says here, she would go 0 for 2 on the day. Number 7, Abigail Sosa, their shortstop, would go 1 for 2. Tatum Runge, their second baseman, would go 0 for 1, and earn 1 run. She got on base with a walk, and that's it. Only number 24, Evie Stansel, would also go 1 for 1 with 1 earned run as well. The left fielder, number 13, Addison Schmidt, had 2 RBIs for the gals from Gale, as she would also get 1 hit in 1 at bat as well. As this was an impressive win for the Lady Lopes, as the last time they played Borden County, the Coyotes won back on March 4th of 2024. So had the game been played earlier Tuesday, a year to the day, would have been the exact rematch. As now the Lady Lopes outdo what Borden County did the last time they played. As now we're going to
take another break, and then we'll come back and do our Lady Lope of the game.
As you're listening to the wrap-up show here on Post Sports Radio, live on YouTube.
Post ISD is filled with passionate staff, daring students, and deep-rooted traditions of champions. Our state-of-the-art facilities provide top-tier educational opportunities, including career and technical training, advanced academics, and free college courses, creating future-ready antelopes. Our 4-day instructional week allows our students to continually pursue excellence in our distinguished fine arts programs, exceptional athletic teams, and a multitude of other extracurricular activities. Post ISD, we are bold gold.
Are you looking to do some work around the house and would like to hire a contractor who does every part of the job? Then give Carson Construction a call at 806-626-3811. Greg Carson and his crew have over 40 years of combined experience and can do new construction, remodeling, and concrete work. Plan now for your spring and summer projects and call the guys who pride themselves on their work. 806-626-3811. Carson Construction, building a lasting relationship with each customer. Call 806-626-3811.
All right, Post Lady Lope softball is powered by La Isabel Boutique, a girls' boutique with clothes, accessories, and custom hair bows. The boutique is located on Avenue A, Janice, Maine. Post Area Chamber of Commerce also sponsoring, serving Post in all of Garza County. You can visit postcitytexas.com. The Post Methodist Church, making disciples of Jesus Christ. Antelope Wash and Dry, a new sponsor to us. A clean, affordable laundromat now open at 303 South Broadway. And Happy State Bank, a longtime sponsor, a division of Centennial Bank, member FDIC. Post Sports Radio thanks these sponsors for making Bold Gold Lady Lope softball live and free tonight on YouTube and sometimes on Facebook.
As now it is time to name the Lady Lope or the Lady Lopes of the game. Jim, who did we go with?
Well, it was a quick game once again. It was only 2.5 innings, and the Lady Lopes win 20-4. That wrapped things up. What is it, a 15-run, 3-inning rule, right?
Yes, the run rules are 15 after 3 or 10 after 5.
Okay, but nonetheless, we got to pick a couple. Let's go with a couple Lady Lopes tonight. We're going to go with the pitcher, Hannah Abraham, who had also not only pitched well, but had 2 hits. And again, the winning pitcher of tonight's game. Russ has more details. Also, we're going to throw in the freshman who was our leadoff hitter, who started things off with a smash. The first pitch of the game went out in the left center field, and she hit a double, and that is Haley Parker. Congratulations, Haley.
So Haley Parker would finish the game getting 3 hits and 4 at-bats, would score 3 runs, and also drove in 3. She's credited with 3 RBIs. Hannah Abraham behind in the batter's box. She would go 2 for 2, 2 hits and 2 at-bats with 3 RBIs and 2 hits as well. She would also get on base with a walk. Now, pitching in the circle, she would pitch in 3 innings, give up 5 hits, 4 runs, only walk 1, and strike out 2. All of that mustered with 39 strikes on 56
I'm going to ask you to do
pitches.
one thing before we sign out here is change the score or the inning and put final. So we end this broadcast with a final score. And while you're doing that, I remind you all, coming up next Monday, it is spring break for Post ISD, but there's a couple baseball games we're going to bring to you here on Post Sports Radio. First game is at 4, am I right?
I believe so. I'll fixing to pull up that schedule for us.
Anyway, it's
here.
The afternoon game, then we'll take a break. We'll do two different streams that'll probably just be on YouTube once again due to the fact that we're having trouble with Facebook. So there you go. There's no time on there, but it is going to be Monday, March 10th, and our new home just got off the basketball court on, what was it, Tuesday night? Maybe it was Monday night. So some of those guys are just picking up the glove for the first time. It'll be an interesting matchup between the Leopards and the Antelopes here from David Nichols Park.
So, yeah, and you mentioned the doubleheader on Monday. New home is once again they are state semifinalists in basketball, so we catch them on short rest. We catch Ropes on short rest, but most importantly, we catch New Home on a short rest with a doubleheader. So
it's district.
And we played them close in a doubleheader here last year, if I remember correctly. We faced their ace, Logan Addison.
Mm-hmm.
They only beat us 2-1, and he pitched outrageous, and we pitched outrageous. We just had struggle getting the bats going, so y'all do not want to miss that. That is coming up Monday, March 10th for a baseball doubleheader, and then you'll see us St. Patrick's Day weekend with another home game between the Ropes Eagles, and then our second, according to the schedule, our second softball broadcast will be at home against New Home. So district plays off and running here coming up. That's going to do it for us. For Jim Plummer and Russ Morris, once again, your final score here at David Nichols Park was 20-4 in favor of the Lady Lopes. I want to wish y'all a good night, guns up, go Lady Lopes, and God bless.
My name is Sochi Anderton. I'm a dentist here at Post Family Dentistry. This clinic is a huge example of providing fancy dental care here in Post, Texas, because the residents of Post in these smaller communities, they deserve that same quality of care. We've expanded from 3 chairs now to 6 chairs at this new location. We are very proud here at Post Family Dentistry of our small town values combined with state-of-the-art care.
The Post-Dispatch is proud to support all of our local high school sports. They're excited to bring you all the weekly scores and highlights of your favorite teams, as well as keeping you informed about everything going on in the community. Subscribe today. You can choose to have your newspaper mailed to your home or business, or subscribe online and get the news when it's convenient for you. They're proud to serve the community and proud to serve Garza County. The Post-Dispatch, community news at the finest.
Take a break and let Post Family Cleaners take care of the laundry. Family Cleaners is Post hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main Street in Post. Whether it's dry cleaning, wash and starching, laundry service, or alterations, Post Family Cleaners has you covered. Let Post Family Cleaners make your life a bit easier. Go by 111 West Main Street or call 806-495-0777 to get details. That's 806-495-0777. Post Family Cleaners, your hometown laundry and dry cleaners on West Main and Post.
All broadcasts in all and any media form provided by PostSportsRadio.com are the sole property of Post Sports Enterprises with the permission of the Post Independent School District. Any retransmission of any of these broadcasts, whether partial or in its entirety, for commercial or personal use without express written consent of the Post Sports Enterprises and Post ISD is strictly prohibited. Any violations of these broadcast rights will be strictly enforced and upheld as allowed by local, state, and federal statutes, ordinances, and laws. We hope you enjoyed this post-high school event exclusively on PostSportsRadio.com.